Now, adaptations in plants of snowy region. In what way are sloping branches useful to plants in a snowy region? Plants of snowy regions mainly include conifers like deodar and pine. Okay, we see in Kashmir. What we see? Deodar tree we see there. Okay, because it is a Kashmir is a snowy region. These trees are conical in shape due to the sloping branches. How are the branches? They are sloping. Okay, they are sloping branches. In the heavy snowfall and extreme cold in these regions, the conical shape prevents the snow from accumulating on the tree, and the thick bark helps the tree to withstand the cold. This is the deodar tree which is found in Kashmir. It is the snowy region. Now, adaptation in plants of forest regions. Okay, now a variety of plants, trees, shrubs and herbs are found in forest. Okay, these plants compete amongst themselves for sunlight. Hence trees grow tall to get sunlight, and climbers and vines grow to a great height with the support of trees. Okay, so you can see in this picture, you can see if you have textbook near you, you can see here clearly. Okay, see the climbers and vines which are grown to a great height with the support of this tree. Okay, see in this picture. Now, spring-like tendrils on the stems of some climbers is an example of adaptation. Okay. Now, adaptation in grassland plant. Diverse type of bushes and grasses are found in the grassland. Fibrous roots of grasses prevent soil erosion. Forests in the equatorial region are dense. Animals like tiger, elephant, and deer can remain hidden in these grasses. So, elephant, deer, and tiger can hide in these grasses with the help of these grasses. However, grasses in cold regions are very short. Animals like the rabbit are found in such grasses. In short grasses, rabbit are found. Vast meadows are found in hilly areas as well as plains. Okay. Now, adaptations for ingestion of food in plants. Most of the plants are anchored in the ground and are autotrophic. However, plants like dodder are parasitic. Here you can see the Kasputa plant. Okay. However, plants like dodder Kasputa are parasitic. The plant body of dodder consists of yellow wire-like stems. You can see here yellow wire-like stems. How are the stems? They are like the wire, yellow wire-like stems. Okay. It is leafless and cannot perform photosynthesis. However, it has historical sucking roots for absorbing nutrients from the host plant. Okay, you can see your roots. Brown color, you can see your roots. Okay, these roots penetrate up to the conducting vessels of the host plant to absorb water and food. Fungi do not have chlorophyll and cannot perform photosynthesis. Fungi do not have chlorophyll. They cannot perform photosynthesis. Okay. They obtain food from starchy foodstuffs like bhakri and bread. Okay. So due to they can't perform or they don't have chlorophyll, they cannot perform photosynthesis, they can't make their own food. Okay, so to obtain food from starchy foodstuffs like bhakri and bread, you can see on bread fungi and on bhakris also. Okay, They have root-like fibers for absorption of food. Plant need nitrogen, phosphorus and potassium for growth. What do plants need? Plants need nitrogen, phosphorus and potassium for growth. Plants that grow in soil which is deficient in nitrogen like Drosera sundew, Venus flytrap, pitcher, plant, etc. fulfill their need for nitrogen by consuming insects. So this Venus flytrap, what they do for to fulfill their need for nitrogen? How will they fulfill their need? By consuming insects. Okay. Adaptations are seen in these plants which serve to attract insects and hold them captive. Okay. Now Now adaptations in animals. We are going to start with the adaptation in animals. Okay. So before that I will say here, see here my friend, the internet. Collect information about plant adaptations from websites like www.mbgnet.net. Okay. So go to this web link and get more information of adaptation. Now we are going to start with adaptations in animals. Till now we have learned adaptations in plants. Now we are going to learn adaptation in animals. Okay? So now we'll teach you. We'll start with. We have to make a list of animals in your surroundings. Compare the diversity of animals listed by your friends with your list. Discuss the habitats, food habitats, characteristics of body structures like vertebral column, wings, gills, tails, etc. and prepare a chart. Okay. What differences do you see between terrestrial and aquatic animals? Note down and write it. Okay. As compared to terrestrial animals, the skin and body shape of aquatic animals appear to have undergone changes. Fishes have scales on the skin and fins on the body. Where do the fish have scales? On the skin. You can see your scales on the skin. Okay? And where do they have fins? They have fins on their body. You can see your fins on the body. Now, their body tapers towards both its end like a spindle. Okay. Fish breathe with gills. Okay, you can see here. See in the picture. Here is their gills. Okay. They breathe with the gills. Okay. Instead of nose they breathe with gills. Their eyes have transparent eyelids. How are their eyes? They are transparent eyelids. They have air bladders. What they have? They have air bladders within the body to help them to float. Okay. Now as the frog and duck have webbed toes, they can use their legs like oars. Water flows off the waxy feathers of birds like duck and water hen. Webbed toes, slippery, smooth skin, and triangular head help frogs to swim easily through water. They can live on land as well as in water due to their ability to breathe through the skin in water. How they do breathe in water? They breathe through skin and using the nose and lungs on land. Okay, and lungs on nose and lungs. How? On the land. The typical color of a frog's back helps it to hide among grasses. Okay. Okay. Now you have to make a list of the names of some other amphibians you know and study their adaptations. Okay. Adaptations in forest and grassland animals. Carnivorous animals like the wild dog, fox, tiger, and lion have strong legs, okay, to run fast and capture their prey. Okay, they have claws and their canine teeth are sharp and pointed. How are their teeth? They are sharp and pointed. Okay, tigers have padded paws. How are their paws? They are padded. This enables them to silently stalk their prey and capture it easily. Okay? Silently stalk means without making noise. The eyes of predatory carnivores are located in the front of their head. In the front of their head, it helps them to spot their prey from a long distance. The eyes of herbivores are below the forehead on either side of the head. This gives them wide angle vision, which helps to protect them from predators. Their legs are long and tapering with strong hooves, which enables them to run fast, taking long leaps. Okay, their long and freely moving ears can receive sounds from long distance and different directions. Deer and blackbirds. Here is the picture of the blackbirds. Okay, blackbirds have colors that merge with the surroundings. Okay, their teeth are strong for chewing tough plant material. They eat their plant and all. Okay, so the teeth are strong for chewing tough plant material. Now we are going to learn adaptations in desert animals. Okay, camel is a desert animal. Deserts are characterized by severe scarcity of water. Deserts are characterized by severe scarcity of water. Scarcity of water, less water supply. Hence, desert animals have a thick skin to prevent loss of water from the body. The animal's skin is thick to what for what? To prevent loss of water. The legs are long with flat and cushioned soles. Okay. The nostrils are protected by folds of skin. The eyelashes are long and thick. Okay. Rats, rats, snakes, spiders, lizards in deserts live in deep burrows during daytime and are active at night. When are they when are they active? They are active at night. Okay, and in daytime they are in the deep burrows. Who? Rats, snakes, spiders, lizards. Where? In the deserts. See the picture here carefully, okay? Now, adaptations in animals of snowy region. From the internet, download images of animals like yak, polar bear, white fox, silver fox, mountain goat, Siberian husky dog, and snow leopard. Compare these images with those of similar animals from tropical forest. A white or silver body color, long, thick hair on the skin are typical characteristics of animals of snowy region. Okay. Now, how are these useful to them? You have to solve it. Okay. Now, adaptations in aerial animals. You can see here the picture of animals of snowy regions. Okay. The, the spindle-shaped body of birds also minimizes the resistance of air while flying. with hollow bones, a body covering of feathers, and modification of four legs into wings. Their body is light in weight and adapted for flying. Is the bird's weight too much? No. Like elephants and all? No, it is lightweighted. Lightweighted, okay? Hmm? They are adapted for flying. You can see here flying picture of a bird. The body of insects also is light in weight and tapers at both ends. They can fly with two pairs of wings and also walk with six stick-like legs. Bats can fly with the help of the pterygium, a thin fold of skin between their forelegs and hind legs. Okay, observe the various birds and insects in your area. See here. Here also you can see some of the picture of the bird and the insects. Okay, and you can see near your home, near your surrounding area.